Hello. Today I was going to go through some facts and then a couple theories. So, our Earth consists of different layers: the underworld, the surface world, and the heavens. The underworld is where the angels reside. Now, whether these are actual entities or not, I don't know. I have given both ideas of them being entities and machines a lot of thought. The systems of our Earth shows me that there is definitely a program grid in place that runs all of our Earth events. When this all began for me, I was interested in earthquakes, which is a very major form of Earth energy, and we see the release of it. Studying with FPV and Jimbo, I have gained unspeakable amounts of knowledge. What I learned is how our underworld is an electromagnetic grid that runs every function of the Earth, including, but not limited to, the sun and moon movement, winds, tides, earthquakes, volcanic activity. What happens is there are signals sent from this angel technology, and they hit the plates it is sent to. When that happens, it causes the technology to kick on, which then causes a vibration. We feel this as an earthquake. Some we don't feel because they're smaller in magnitude. These are typically how the everyday quakes are, which is definitely the path maker of the sun and moon. It forms a path by quaking north and south of the path. The charges then hold the luminaries on the path they travel. The larger quakes are typically caused from another signal, which is more energy being added to the original signal and released as a mega energy output spots. So, where does the extra signals come from? Well, one place I'm sure they come from are the planets. When different alignments happen, it triggers other technologies to send their signals as well. If these signals happen to be opposite forces, well, we end up with quite a bit of activity on Earth outpouring at the spots where the shale is weakened by natural reasons or man-made reasons. Not all technologies are running at the same time either. Some are daily pieces that have to do with every daily task. Some are sitting there waiting for the trigger to get hit in the underworld to get their turn of being online. This is where a bit of theory comes in. I have thought a lot about Nibiru. I have read many papers and watched many videos about it. It is even mentioned in ancient texts, and the Bible refers to wormwood. So, coming into this work and seeing how everything is like a circuit board, I began to think of Nibiru as a signal that would come from the west. After FPV revealed the far west Nazca lines that are outside of our known land, it gave me more to think about of this being a possibility. FPV placed a massive antenna westward that we have no knowledge of until now. If this massive antenna were to, say, fire up about every 3,600 years, and by the way, I'm using that number because reoccurring cataclysms visit the Earth around every 3,600 years. We do see evidence in depth of different ancient civilizations. However, this could be different time frames, or it could just be one event. And say one area got covered deeper due to the proximity, etc. Soup Peru disappeared about 3,600 years ago. Also, the last major explosion of Santorini occurred about 3,600 years ago. Science says 7,000 years ago, a tsunami generated west of Norway hit. Most coastlines bordering the East-North Atlantic were submerged. They also say 11,000 years ago, there was a colony under the Baltic Sea. It has been unearthed recently, and it's near Sweden. These, of course, are carbon dating done by science, which I don't really agree with. This could indeed be one event that occurred, or different events. If it's one event, the different elements would cause things to age or be preserved. So, this is really just a theory that could be the cause of the event or events that have occurred. As this technology is currently off, the closest that we have ever come to seeing anything like this would be a megaquake, and I really don't think that those come close enough to the power that would arrive if this Nibiru signal does turn on. When this catastrophe piece does turn on, it would definitely be a world-changing, land-altering energy, which is what people describe as a pole shift. So now we can see it isn't or wouldn't be a pole shift, but instead a powerful signal that would change the face of the earth. Some land would of course sink and some would rise. This is all just part of the design system given to us by our Creator. So I simply traced just a bit of history, and there's definitely events that have occurred that changed our world, the people in it, and the face of our land. Where there are events like these, there are signals and technologies being passed around. So, yeah, I just wanted to put this idea out there for anyone that maybe is researching into the Nibiru and trying to figure out anything about it. I just wanted to relate it to the stuff we're doing, just to kind of give a different idea. If Nibiru was an ancient signal and not necessarily a planet, what would happen if it came online? Have a good day.